Phil Mickelson has been in the news quite a bit over the past few months.
Stuck in a hazard of his own making.
Will not be competing in the Masters tournament.
He got into some very deep water here.
Why players have not come forward in support of Phil.
That there is no one out there siding with Phil.
The Saudi Golf League is leverage against the PGA Tour.
Shout out to golf pro Phil Mickelson. He's facing backlash over the comments he makes when he's Saudi that golf tour.
"45 tour wins, 6 major championships, and $94 million in winnings." Phil Mickelson, one of the most accomplished golfers in the history of the game, came out saying this statement in an interview with writer Alan Shipnuck. "The Saudis are scary to get involved with. We know they killed Khashoggi. They have a horrible record on human rights. They execute people for being gay. Knowing all of this, why would I even consider it? Because it's an opportunity to reshape how the PGA Tour operates." In December of 2019, Phil came out announcing that he will also be playing for the Super Golf League, also known as the Saudi Golf League.
He is representing an alternative tour or advocating for it. For a guy of his stature in our game, it carries quite a bit of weight. In my personal opinion, I love it. I'm in favor of it.
While in an interview with Allen, Phil expressed his frustration with the PGA Tour's ownership and management of media rights to shots and other moments he and fellow star players have authored in tournaments.
The details are flying from that book, not paying his caddy to a $40 million gambling debt, and Phil calling the Saudis some scary motherfuckers, but hoping to get some leverage out of it.
I still think that his comments saying how he kind of threatened to leave the PGA Tour, I think that was kind of uncalled for because a lot of people still play there and a lot of people are like, that's kind of what we watch, So him kind of threatening kind of made it seem like if he didn't get his rights to his videos, he was going to go to switch over and kind of imply that other people would switch over with him, but that kind of turned out not to be the case.
Phil is willing to work with the SGL in order to provide him leverage in forcing more concessions from the PGA Tour. He says, "I'm not sure I even want the SGL to succeed, but just the idea of it is allowing us to get things done with the PGA Tour." Phil's words prompted backlash from fans and other PGA members.
Seems like a bit of a pretty, egotistical statement. I don't know. I mean, it's like he's done a lot of great things for the PGA Tour. It's a big reason it is where it is, but him and others that are very adamant on that, if they're that passionate about it, go ahead. I don't think anybody's stopping them.
I thought they were naive, selfish, egotistical, ignorant.
And the way that it should be run, it could be run differently, and all the different financials that could have happened. I just have a very different opinion on that.
And if you have a problem with them, you must either shut up and play because you're making a lot of money, or you must go try and find something else to do.
LPGA professional Christina Kim had this to say about Phil's comments. "I personally do not disagree with the comments that Phil made. There's a track record of human rights violations in Saudi Arabia, and as an advocate for human and civil rights, I do not believe this is much more than sports washing, a term referring to an attempt to legitimize or soften the image of a country or corporation." Shortly afterwards, KPMG, his sponsor of 14 years, dropped Mickelson. Mickelson released a statement on Twitter apologizing. "I used words I sincerely regret that do not reflect my true feelings or intentions. It was reckless, I offended people, and I am deeply sorry for my choice of words. Golf desperately needs change."
I think go to the organization before you go to the media. Therein lies a lot of the problem. I think a lot of this starts, and you can sometimes say ends, with social media. So if you've got a grievance, take it to the person, whoever it is that you have the grievance with.
Phil Mickelson decided to make his return to the PGA Championship and US Open. But just as the big week was coming up, the PGA Championship came out with this statement on Twitter. "We have just been informed that Phil Mickelson has withdrawn from the PGA Championship. Phil is the defending champion and currently eligible to be a PGA Life member, and we would have welcomed him to participate."
If what you were positing was true, that he feels reaccepted or comfortable coming back in the spotlight, he'd be playing this week. He'd be defending what will be the marquee championship of his later career.
And the one question I think that we both took notice to was what's next? That's always been the line when it comes to Phil Mickelson. When you look at the fact that he's not here.